Hey guys, I wanted to give you a quick preview of the very rough schematic 3D model. Again, we really are only focusing on this area of the home, knowing that the rest of the home is all being filled in or all staying under the existing roof. We want to get the structural engineering going on what this space is going to look like here. So let's swing around to the backyard. We're going to stand back here in this area and take a look at the very simple shape of the home. So this new mass is about 11 foot 9 inches tall to the ceiling, and then has a very simple gable roof on it. This is about as simple as it can be. I think we should do some standing seam metal roofing, tying into what we're doing over at the pool house behind us. There's a glimpse of your master bedroom. So the same kind of roofing that we would do on this pool house, I think would be really great to use on this area right here because it's very visible, very prominent, and I think it just look very, very nice. You're seeing here the very wide expanse of the multi-pass pocket doors. So these four panels will all slide into a pocket in the wall right here and completely disappear from view. We have a similar array of windows up high that are going to really wash the ceiling plane with a lot of light. This is your south facing elevation. And then we have a sort of a similar thing going on here at the kitchen where we've got a simple array of rectangular windows. Two on the outside will open, and then a array of high windows above that. And then there's the door to the outdoor kitchen and a window above that. So it's a very clean motif. It's very simple, but I think it's very effective in really opening up this back wall to your backyard and bringing in so much natural light. So let's take some other views into consideration here. So I know looking at your ceiling design that you guys wanted to do a lot of, so here's a view of just a glimpse of the master suite with all the pocket doors slid over into the pocket here. So I know it's just a preview. There's no furniture in here. I'm not mocking up the interior of this space, but it's going to be really great. Okay, let's proceed. Here, all the pocket doors have been slid open, and you can see here's just a glimpse of one panel just peeking out, just to give you a sense for just how very open this is going to be. So this is a 20-foot wide opening. Very impressive connection indoors and outdoors. And even though I'm still showing the tile here, tying into the tile outside, this could be hardwood, but I think given this connection, I think it really helps tie the two spaces together, even though there will be this would be black metal, what's shown is just rough white right now. Inside, we're getting a view of the back of your sectional couch, the TV wall, which is the back of the existing fireplace. I'd love for this to be brick, but we can talk about whether or not you agree with that. And of course, here's the jewel box wine case right here, and some high windows on the sidewall here. As we proceed in, we get a glimpse of a couple skylights here that I'm bringing down into the middle of the volume, keeping them away from the TV, keeping them away from the exterior walls that already have access to natural light. So really just bringing the skylights in at these two central bays of this coffered ceiling look, this gridded ceiling look. We're getting a glimpse of the kitchen now. No appliances shown. I'm being very, very, very rough with what I'm showing here. But this would be the island with the cooktop and the hood above. And then this would be the island with the lower level sink and dishwasher and the high level bar area. So this is really rough. Obviously, there's another sink here, two side-by-side Sub-Zeros here, the passage to your master suite with a big piece of art right here, three more windows on the side here. And so again, this whole ceiling is just being flooded with natural light on three sides. I was tempted to go on the fourth side, but I opted out. I think it's just there's too much going on here with the existing vaulted roof coming down. I think flashing is going to be a nightmare, and I just don't want to introduce any additional possible water issues given your property's recent history. Here's a little door into the the pantry area. Glimpses into the entry. There'll be a skylight above here. I haven't mocked up the front of the house really, but there's the front doors would be right there. The dining area, vaulted dining room, library. No library shelving shown yet, but just to give you a sense of the views through the space and how open this is going to be. Let's take a look. Standing in the kitchen at the cooktop island, looking out through these windows. I really like it. I think it's a really special space. So what we really need to focus on, though, for the structural engineer is, are you happy with the sort of window skylight placement, the height of the space, the relative sort of design, the general design of it? Obviously, we're not really focusing on the finishes. There's certain details that we can tweak later on, of course, but I'd really like to get your feedback on the shape of the room, the window design, and the roof shape. So speaking of the roof shape, I think this is a simple and perfectly shaped roof for what we're considering doing here. I know it's really hard to see what's going on with your existing dark roof, so I'm just going to bump up the lightness of that just so it reads a little bit better. I like this roof. I think, again, front is not mocked up perfectly. Or at all, really. You get glimpses of this roof from the front of the house, but it's just sort of a hint of it. It's something beyond. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth having this height here so that it reads better from the rear yard. I don't want to go with a lower slope than this just so that it wouldn't be visible at all from the front. I think it's okay to have a glimpse of the front just so that it's a more prominent and intentional looking roof from the rest of your very beautiful backyard. I did study a couple other roof shapes though, so let's just run through those real quick just so that you have you can think about them. 1 second here. All right, so if I come over here and I turn on this layer, okay. All right. So I also considered doing a roof that more or less tied in with the slope of the patio cover that I designed for you guys that's temporarily on hold while we take care of the rest of the house. And this felt too retail, a little, I don't know what the right word is here, but I just don't dig this low slope roof really at all. Let's take a look at another one. I did a hip roof here, and this one was promising. I liked the look of it, but to be honest with you, a hip roof is just a little bit more expensive to build than a gable roof. And you don't really have any other hips. Your entire house is all gables, so it just felt wrong to introduce the hip, even though it does lessen the prominence from the front. Not enough to introduce this new roof type. So I would say let's not do that one. I even considered doing, because I know how much you want to do just a lot of skylights. So I considered doing just this sort of flat parapeted roof where we can really just plug in skylights everywhere we want. But to be honest with you, skylights are very, very energy intensive. The sun beats down on them. They let in a lot of solar energy, and we have to combat that by using a lot of energy. Even though you're producing it on your roof with solar, I just don't think it's necessary. I think I'd rather bring in the light at these high up clear story windows right up against the ceiling plane, protected by an overhang. I think that's where we're going to get the best quality of light without being blasted by the overhead summer sun. And plus, I thought this looked kooky. I couldn't get into it. I didn't like this roof. All right. Let's see. Was there any other roof that was worth mentioning? Yeah, this sort of should have gotten adjusted now. This sort of simple shed roof, maybe was promising, but then I started to ask myself, gosh, if we're gonna just go with this simple slope, the rafters that we're gonna have to buy are gonna have to be a lot deeper and bigger to span this far length rather than going halfway, which is the beauty of the gable roof. And then if we're gonna slope up like this, I feel compelled to have to put in higher clear stories along here, but it's like there's already this water going to rush down here. Your builder and I are going to have to work on detailing this out to make sure that the water doesn't get trapped in here. And it just further exacerbates the, the impact from the front. So I don't think there were any others really worth considering. And so that's why I think this simple gable roof, the same 4.5 and 12 slope that you have elsewhere on the home for your main slopes, is the best look. But looking forward to your guys' thoughts and getting the structural engineering done. All right, guys.